on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Faye, and for today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys my Sephora recommendations. So Sephora is about to have their winter savings event. It's coming up this week, actually, on Friday, October the 30th, and it's going to be running through November the 9th. So it's been a minute since I've given you guys my recommendations specifically for Sephora. So if you're planning on shopping and taking advantage of getting a percentage off of your purchases, I wanted to share with you guys a couple of products that I have been loving that I highly recommend, so you can consider possibly adding them to your cart. I know these videos are literally like that friend that is a horrible influence, but honestly I always watch these videos before I shop any savings event from Sephora, just so that I can, know what all is out there, what all my options are before I go ahead and spend my coins, because I obviously want to stretch those coins as far as possible. So before I jump into the recommendations, I did want to quickly mention to you guys that today's video is being sponsored by Top Cashback. If you are a long-term follower of my channel, you guys already know this is not the first, second, or probably even third time that I have mentioned Top Cashback on my channel. I use them on a very regular basis, especially lately since we've been in quarantine. Whenever I am shopping any retailer online, I always check on Top Cashback to see if they are available and what percentage they may be offering for cashback. Honestly, in my opinion, I feel like if you're going to shop, why not get a little bit of cash back? You know what I'm saying? So I absolutely love using their site anytime that I'm shopping online. They have over 4,000 retailers that you can choose from. And the other thing that I really love is that they give 100% of their commission back to their members, which is why they consistently have higher percentages of cash back that you can earn when you shop through their site. I have noticed on a very, very regular basis, especially with Sephora, whenever I go on there to shop and get cash back through their site, they always have at minimum 2 percentage points higher of a cashback option than their competitors. So I highly recommend. Like I said, this is not the first time that I have mentioned them on my channel, and they are very, very easy to use. So to sign up, you do have to go through the full website. You can do it from your phone, your iPad, or your computer, but you just have to go through your browser to sign up, and then once you sign up, you can actually download their app for more convenience. So I will have a link for you guys down below that you can use to sign up and create your profile, and then once you do that, literally all you will do, and y'all, it is super easy. You just search for the retailer that you want to shop. If they have it available, which they more than likely will, you'll click Get Cash Back Now, and it'll take you to that retailer's site for you to shop. So the way that I like to do it is I will just kind of shop through the Sephora app first, add all the items that I want to purchase in my cart, because if you're anything like me, it takes me a couple of days, sometimes weeks, before I actually finalize what I'm going to actually purchase during the event. I put things in my cart, I take things out of my cart, I go back to the things that I took out of my cart and sometimes put them back in my cart. It's like a whole process for me to actually narrow down what I'm gonna actually buy during these savings events. So usually by the time I'm ready to purchase, I already have the items in my cart. So once you click on Get Cash Back Now on the Top Cashback website, it'll take you to the Sephora website. You may have to sign in, and then it'll already populate all of the items that you have in your cart, and then you can just go through and check out. Super easy. And then once Top Cashback confirms your purchase, they will go ahead and give you a percentage of the total dollars that you spent as cash back to you. So I'm really excited to be able to partner with them again for today's video. I will have a link for you guys, as I mentioned, at the top of the description bar down below. And they are also offering you guys an additional $10 sign up bonus whenever you sign up through my link down below. So definitely sign up. Even if you are not going to be shopping the Sephora savings event, I still recommend that you sign up, because I know that you'll probably be picking up a couple of things online throughout the holiday season. And again, like I mentioned, they do have over 4,000 retailers that you can shop through to earn cash back as you're doing your online shopping this holiday season. So yeah, I know that was a mouthful, but I wanted to make sure that you guys understood how the site worked in case you were interested in signing up. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into my recommendations. Alright guys, so I don't have a super long list of recommendations to share with you guys for this video, because I have filmed several other recommendations videos in the past, and I kind of wanted to try to focus on not repeating products that I have mentioned to you guys in previous videos. So if you're interested in seeing other products that I have recommended, which most of them are still items that I completely stand behind and love, I will list those or leave the links to those videos down below. You can check them out after you are finished watching this video. There will be some overlap because there are some products I just had to mention to you guys again, but for the most part I wanted to try to focus on only bringing you guys new products and then just linking the previous videos for you to check out. So the first product that I want to mention to you guys is this little guy right here. This is the Fayy Lenee Mini 2. I actually picked mine up during a previous savings event, which I think was maybe 2 or 3 years ago now that I've had this and been using it, and it's still holding strong. The thing that I really love, well, first I guess I should tell you what it is. This is basically a facial cleansing device. So you turn it on by clicking on this little button right here in the middle, and then it pulsates and you kind of put your cleanser on it and use it to cleanse your skin. The thing that I really love about this is, first of all, that it is silicone, which is much more sanitary for your face than like a cleansing brush. Prior to this, I had the Clarisonic, I don't remember which one I had, but I had the Clarisonic with the brush head, and although I really liked that one, I did kind of feel like it was a little bit more difficult to keep clean and to keep bacteria out of those brush bristles. And with this one, like I said, it's silicone. It's super easy to wash. After you use it, it dries really quickly, and overall I've just found it's a much more sanitary option for daily cleansing. The other thing that I love about this is these little silicone bristles are so gentle on the skin, and especially for me being somebody that if I press on my skin too hard, it'll turn red. Having sensitive skin like that, I have noticed I haven't had any issues with this one. It's very gentle on the skin, and you can also increase how like the intensity of the vibration. So if you have sensitive skin, you can use a lower intensity. If you want to increase it or do like a deeper clean, you can increase the intensity on it by just clicking on this little plus right here. I don't know if you guys can see, but it has a minus, a plus, and then this is how you turn it on. The other thing about this, like I said, I have had this for I think 2 or 3 years now, and I have only charged it maybe 2 times, maybe 3, but I've never had this die on me. Like the only times that I've charged it is because I had gone so long without charging it. I was like, I mean, it has to die sometime, so I would just plug it up just to be on the safe side, like if I was going to be going out of town or something like that and I hadn't charged it in a long time. But literally, the charge on this lasts so long, and I like to use this both morning and night to cleanse my skin. It just really helps me to work the cleanser into my skin, into my pores, and get a really deep clean. This is a little bit more on the pricey side, which is why I'm mentioning it to you guys, you know, when you have an opportunity to save a little bit of extra coin, because that is one thing that has literally made such a difference in my skincare routine. The next thing is this product right here. This is the Dermalogica Daily Microfoliant, and I had to mention this to you guys as well. I'm sure I've mentioned this to you plenty of other times on my channel in the past, but I love this because it is such a gentle exfoliant. It's gentle enough that you could use it morning and night every single day and it won't cause any irritation on your skin. It comes out like a really fine sand, and then when you apply water to it, it kind of turns into a foam. I love using this on my skin. I pretty much use this after I cleanse, and every time that I use it, my skin just feels so soft. So definitely wanted to recommend this, and I think this is a product that also comes in a travel size. So if you want to try out a smaller version before investing in the larger size, you can do that. But definitely recommend this if you're looking for a really good exfoliant. The next item is a little bit of a newer item. I've had it now for probably about 2 months, but it is this Saturday Skin 10% Glycolic Acid Pore Control Complex. This is basically a toner. I've heard a lot of people say really great things about Saturday Skin, and I've had a couple of their products stashed away in my skincare drawer, and I decided to go ahead and pour this one out and use it. You're only supposed to use it 3 to 5 times a week, so I like to use mine as part of my nighttime skincare routine. But girl, when I tell you, first of all, if you're new to my channel, I do have very oily skin and very large pores, and this right here, I have seen such a difference in my skin since I have been using it. Now, although it's not really physically possible to shrink your pores, despite what a lot of people say, research shows that it's not actually physically possible to shrink your pores, but keeping them clean definitely can help to minimize their appearance. And this is a product that I have noticed since I've been using it that my pores do seem, you know, more minimized, less visible. So definitely had to mention this one to you guys. And then next up, I have a product for removing your makeup, and it is the One Size Go Off Makeup Dissolving Mist. So One Size Beauty is actually a brand that was recently created, or recently launched I should say, by Patrick Starr here on YouTube. And I was intrigued by this product because it's literally like an aerosol can. And this one, by the way, is the travel size version. So I think it's 2 ounces. And I wasn't completely sure how I felt about it, which is why I picked up the travel size version, which honestly is still a lot of product. But I wanted to try it out, and I have been obsessed with it. Like, once I finish using this up, I will definitely be picking up the full size. Basically, the way that this works is it sprays out like a mist, which I'll kind of try to show y'all. You can see how it looks, but it sprays out like a mist. So you literally just hold it out, spray it all over your face. And the main thing that really stood out to me when I use this is that it does not drip. Like, wherever you spray it, it clings on and it stays in place. And you can literally see your makeup like dissolving, almost like breaking up and dissolving. And you just go in with, what I like to do anyways, is go in with a makeup wipe and try to remove as much of the makeup off of my face as I can before I actually go in and start double cleansing. But y'all, this is the truth. And we know Patrick Starr likes to cake it on. He likes full coverage, like go big or go home when it comes to makeup. And he did a really great job with creating a product that really gets in there and dissolves all that makeup off of your skin. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of this. If you've been on the fence about it, I would recommend picking up the smaller version, or maybe even seeing if they have like a holiday set that you can try out, because this is easily one of the best makeup removers that I have tried. So definitely had to give that one a quick little shout out. And then last but not least, another product that I've mentioned on my channel before. This is the Lenee, I hope I'm saying that right, Lip Sleeping Mask. I have the pink one, which I'm not sure if this is like a specific like scent or flavor. I know they have like different colors, but this one is the pink one. I think this one is the original. And you guys, I have had this for so long, and I'm just now like getting to the bottom of it. A little bit of this goes a long way, and although this may be a little bit on the pricier side for essentially a lip balm or a lip mask, it lasts so long. Is really worth every penny. For the amount of time that you will have this, is worth the cost. I like to use this at night as well. Sometimes I'll use it during the day, but I definitely like to use it at night. And it's a perfect product to pick up as we're coming into the colder months, just because, you know, your lips get drier, lips get a little bit chapped. And this just does a really great job of hydrating your lips and helping them to stay soft and smooth. So, and then last but not least, before we get into makeup products, I wanted to mention to you guys the Cinema Secrets Makeup Brush Cleaner. I'm mentioning this to y'all because although I've mentioned it before in my videos, I have seen a lot of people lately, well, not a lot, a couple of people on social media that have been posting that they picked this up and used it and they had no idea how good this was. And I'm like, where have y'all been? But if you are looking for a really effective, really quick, fast drying brush cleaner, I highly recommend this to you guys. I used to always get the smaller one, but honestly, I run through it so fast, I just went ahead and spent the money on the larger size. This one is 16 fluid ounces, and I purchased this one a while ago, and you can see like I still have a good bit of it left. A little of this goes a long way. You do not need a lot of this. Like literally, I would just pour this into a little tin, and you can just like dip your brush in it. You don't have to like really swirl your brush in the product. You can just dip your brush in and then swirl it on a paper towel or a like a hand towel or something, and it just removes all of the makeup out of your brushes so easily. Even the most caked up, dirtiest brushes, it's just the truth. Alright, so now that we've got all of the skincare out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the makeup products. First up, I have two foundations that I want to share with you. The first one is one that I feel like I've mentioned in almost every video, like my last couple of videos. I feel like I've mentioned it at least once. But this is the Too Faced Born This Way Matte Foundation. You guys, if you have oily skin, even if you don't have oily skin, I still recommend this, but especially if you have oily skin, This right here is so good. I have been using this foundation pretty much every chance that I get. I've taken it out of town with me. Like, I just love the finish that this gives on my skin. And if you are new to my channel, I do have very oily skin. I don't know if I've already mentioned that. I probably already have. But I do have very oily skin, and I love this foundation. I like the original one as well, but I find with this one, it still gives me that that like natural look to the skin, but matte, if that makes sense. And it wears beautifully on the skin throughout the day. Even when my oils start to come through the foundation, when I blot, it looks fresh, like I just applied it. And I have mine in the shade Brulee. So if you've been on the fence about picking this up, I highly recommend. I did do a full review and wear test. I wore it for like over 8 hours and gave you guys like my final thoughts and opinions and all of that. Showed you how I applied it, all of that good stuff. So if you want more information on this foundation, I'll link that video if you want to check that out before you purchase it. But this is such a good foundation. And then the next one is a newer one to my collection, and this is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation. I just recently posted a review on this foundation, and I honestly fell in love with it as soon as I tried it. I could tell right whenever I put it on my skin that I was probably going to like it, because I'm pretty good at judging based on how a foundation looks on my skin right when I apply it, whether or not I'm gonna love it. So I had very high hopes for it, and it did not disappoint. A lot of people have been speaking very highly about this foundation, and for good reason. And in all honesty, I have the NARS Natural Radiant and the Sheer Glow. Once I use up those foundations, I'll probably just purchase this one. I may continue to purchase the Natural Radiant because I do really like that one. And maybe I'll mix it with this one sometimes. But this is probably going to be my new Holy Grail foundation from NARS. And I don't know why, like, why are they just now coming out with this? I don't understand. But it is so good. So again, for my oily skin girls, even if you're not oily, because I feel like this one, it is a soft matte foundation, so it's going to give you that long wear of being a more matte formula, but it's not going to dry, like make your skin feel dry or make it feel like it's like cakey or like, y'all know what I mean, like that feeling you can get when you wear some matte foundations. It just feels like your skin is tight. You don't get that with this, but it does give you that long wearability because it is a more matte foundation. So I definitely wanted to mention both of these to you guys because I have been loving them. And along with face products, you guys already know, Milk Hydro Grip Primer, period. I probably don't really even have to say anything about this primer because if you have been following my channel, you know I do not apply makeup to my skin without applying this primer. I don't know what they have in here, but it is so good. I have gone through a lot of primers, and again, if you are oily, you probably feel my pain. It is a struggle to find a primer that really does what it says it's gonna do, and this one does. As you can see, I'm already like almost out of it. I already have a full-size backup in my drawer because I don't have time to be playing no games and going without this primer whenever I am going to be wearing makeup. It doesn't do much for controlling oil or like minimizing your pores or anything like that, so I normally will layer other primers underneath it for those purposes, but it does do a great job of gripping your makeup, holding it in place. Even if I get oily throughout the day, if I go in and blot, like little to none of my makeup will transfer on whatever I'm using to blot, a blotting sheet or a tissue. None of my makeup comes off, literally just the oil, and I am convinced that it is because of this primer, because whenever I do not use this primer, there is a very significant difference. So I mentioned a lot of things so far that I highly recommend, but honestly, this right here, if you don't get anything else, get this and try it. It works for all skin types because again, it doesn't do much for controlling oil or minimizing your pores. It literally is just like a long wear, helping your makeup wear longer. Period. I don't know how else to say it. So I could literally go on and on and on about this. That's another product that comes in a travel size as well. So if you want to test it out before committing to the full size, you can do that. Another face product that I have is from Laura Mercier. We all already know that the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder is like a holy grail for a ton of people. This year, she actually came out with a new shade, Translucent Honey, and I did a review on this as well, so I will link that for you if you want to actually, you know, see a wear test, see how it applies, see the color, all of that kind of stuff. But this is basically a more warm, yellow toned setting powder that is meant for those people in the middle. So she has a more like white translucent powder, she has translucent deep, and then now she's created something for us in the middle, that like medium tan complexion. And I've even seen people with like dark or deeper complexions use this, and it still looks really good on them. But yeah, just in case you missed it, I wanted to mention this to you guys because I have been a huge fan of the regular translucent powder for the longest time. Translucent deep is too dark for me, but when I got this and I tried it out, I never realized that translucent looked a little bit like chalky on the skin until I compared it to this, and now I'm like, I'm done. Like from now on, I'll be purchasing this one because it just looks so much better and so much more natural on my complexion. And I know a lot of you guys that follow me are my foundation twins or have similar complexions to mine. So, you know, just in case you missed out or you missed that they had translucent honey, wanted to let you guys know that. And I guess since we're on face products, I'll go ahead and mention my last face product to you guys. And it is these powders from Makeup Forever. It's these up here, these top two. I have them in this palette just because I don't know. I just feel like it's easier for me to get to them than having them in their like individual compacts. So you can, as you can see, obviously pop them out of their compacts and put them in a palette. These down here are not Makeup Forever. These are all Makeup Geek blushes and bronzers and stuff. But these up here are what I wanted to mention to you guys. I have these in the shade, I think 445. Yeah, 445 for my skin tone shade, and Y445, and then Y375, this one right here, for my highlight shade. These powders, so good. I haven't used them a ton on my channel, but on an everyday basis, I use these powders all the time. I actually got put onto these by Makeup Shayla. If you follow her in her tutorials, you know that she uses these like every single time she does her makeup to set underneath her eyes. And I never thought to use like a pressed powder or even like this, which I consider more like a pressed foundation powder, to set underneath my eyes, but it gives you such a beautiful, flawless face. Like it just gives you a flawless finish. So wanted to mention these. Again, like I said, they do come in like a little compact, and it also comes with a sponge. So if you want to use it as like a actual powder foundation, you can do that. But for me, I just use the lighter one underneath my eyes, like I said, and then the darker one I'll just use to like set my entire face on top of my liquid foundation. And I have been loving them. Okay, so last but not least, I have 2 eyeshadow palettes and 1 fragrance that I want to mention to you guys. Both of the eyeshadow palettes that I'm going to mention are from Too Faced, and I have featured them in recent makeup tutorials that I have done in the past like couple of weeks. So the first one is this one. I used this in my full face of Too Faced makeup tutorial a couple of weeks back. This is the Too Faced Born This Way The Natural Nudes Complexion Inspired Eyeshadow Palette. So basically on the inside, you have a matte for every shimmer. So like these are essentially the same shade, but you have a matte and then you have a shimmer. And then the same for everyone going across the palette. Now I was actually a little bit skeptical about this palette because looking at it, it doesn't look like it would be brown girl friendly. But these shadows, first of all, are super pigmented. And secondly, they actually come off a lot more pigmented on the eye than they look in the palette. So like I said, initially I was on the fence about using this, but then I watched a couple of people do reviews, and then I was like, well, let me try it out. And honestly, like I said, a lot of these shades in here, even though they, like even this one down here or this one here, they look light in the palette, but when you apply them to your eye, they show up much more pigmented and much more brown girl friendly, which is the only thing I can think, than you would think. So if you are somebody that is looking for like a really great everyday eyeshadow palette, I would recommend this one to you guys because as you can see, it's very neutral, natural shades. Like you can create a ton of different day and nighttime looks with this palette. And then the next one I have for you guys is a holiday palette, and this one is the Gingerbread Extra Spicy. So there are 2 gingerbread palettes that are out, and this one is actually the one that I like the most. This is what it looks like on the inside. So again, very natural, kind of neutral, warm though shades. And just to show you guys a comparison of the two, the Natural Nudes has some warm shades in it, but you can kind of see with the Natural Nudes you get some more neutral shades, pretty much every nude that you would need in this palette, whereas this one you're getting kind of like a mix, but the palette overall leans a lot more warm. I used this palette in a recent tutorial as well. I think I used this in my recent fall makeup tutorial, and I fell in love with it. Too Faced typically does not disappoint when it comes to their eyeshadow formulas, and I always love getting their little holiday sets because they're just so cute. Especially if you're someone that likes to just collect makeup, this is like such a cute collector's item. But then of course you're still getting like, you know, really good, usable, quality eyeshadows on the inside. So if you are somebody that loves your warm tones, I would highly recommend picking up this palette. Or even if you know someone that really loves makeup or is really into makeup, this would make such a cute gift. Okay, so before I finish up with the last product that I have to share with you guys, I just looked over and realized that I forgot one face product, and I cannot do this video without mentioning this to you guys, and most of y'all probably already know what I'm about to say, but this is the Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Setting Powder. So this is what it looks like on the inside. It's just a pressed powder. And for those of you guys that have been following my channel and watching my recent videos, you are not surprised at all that I am mentioning this to you guys. Just imagine if you are someone that really likes the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, which is bomb. You guys know that's another one of my holy grails, which I've mentioned in so many other Sephora recommendations, so that's why I didn't show it to you guys in this video. But just imagine that setting spray in a powder form, and then imagine using the powder and the spray together. Period. Your foundation, your makeup is not going anywhere until you wash it off. And I'm not exaggerating. The two of these paired together, makeup snatched all day long. This is a powder that is really great for all skin types. I know people with dry skin, people with combo skin, people with normal skin that use this powder and absolutely love it. And the thing about this is that it is really versatile. You can use it in a bunch of different ways. I've seen people use it to set under their eyes. I've seen people use it to set their entire face. I've seen people just have it to do touch-ups throughout the day. I have used it all of those ways and then some, and it doesn't look cakey. It looks beautiful on the skin. And the main thing is that I have noticed when I use this, my makeup lasts almost twice as long, and I stay matte almost twice as long as I would if I don't use this. So I don't know what Urban Decay put in here, but they did that. So had to mention that to you guys really quickly. And then last but not least, I have a fragrance for you guys. This is another product that I actually mentioned to you guys in my recent fall favorites, but just in case you missed that video, this is the Lancome Idole perfume. I picked this up, when did I pick this up? I think the last time Sephora had a savings event, I picked up this perfume, and I've mentioned to you guys before, basically I'm trying to build up my little high-end perfume collection. So every time that there is a sale anywhere, whether it be at Macy's, Black Friday, you know, anything like that, but especially when Sephora has their savings events, I have been trying to use those as opportunities to save a little bit of coin, but get, you know, a high-end perfume. I have a couple on my list, so I kind of just pick one. And you know, so I can build up my little collection. So this is the one that I got most recently, and I have been loving it. It comes in a couple of different sizes, and you guys know I'm terrible at, you know, explaining scent, so I'm just going to read it off the Sephora website. It's in the floral fragrance family, and the scent type is classic florals, and the key notes are spotless jasmine absolute, radical rose essence, and clean chypre accord, I think. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. C-H-Y-P-R-E. Chypre? I don't know. But if that means anything to y'all fragrance enthusiasts, those are the key notes. But all that means to me is that it smells really good. So yeah, I feel like this is kind of like, it's floral, but it's not fruit. It's not too sweet, if that makes sense. It gives me like grown and sexy vibes. So, and I also really love the packaging. I think this is super cute, perfect for travel. Like I said, it comes in a couple of different sizes. I think this is the middle size. It comes in like a travel spray this size, and then like the big boy. So this is the one that I picked up. I've used it several times, and you can see it's pretty much still always full because a little bit of this goes a long way. And that is going to bring us to the end of my Sephora recommendation. So I know this was a bit of a longer video. They usually are because I always have so many bomb products that I want to share with you guys, but I of course will have all of the products that I mentioned to you guys in the video linked for you down below in case you want to check them out and add them to your cart while you wait for the savings event to come along. Again, it does start on October the 30th for VIB members. I will have all the dates and everything listed down below. And also, please don't forget, if you are not already a top cashback member, it is completely free to sign up. I will have that link at the top of my description bar down below. Even if you are not planning to shop the savings event, I still recommend signing up because there are so many other retailers that I have shopped through that site. Literally every time that I am shopping online, I go on that site to see if they are one of the retailers, and usually 95, 98% of the time, 99% of the time, they are on there, and I'm able to save a little bit of money whenever I'm shopping online. And the other thing I forgot to mention in the beginning that I love about this site is that there are no minimums to cash out. So whenever you earn cash back, you can cash out whenever you want, which is definitely a plus, especially right now. Every little penny counts, and you never know when you may need that extra cash. So if you're already going to be buying, if you're already going to be shopping, you might as well get a little bit of cash back that you can use towards future things, you know, future purchases in the future. So yeah, that is all that I have to share with y'all. If you made it to the end of the video, you are the real MVP. You already know. Thank you so much for watching the entire video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up. It helps to get my video out to more people that may be looking for recommendations for the savings event. And if you are not subscribed, I would of course love to have you as part of my fam. So definitely be sure to click on that subscribe button down below before you leave. And I think that is all that I have for you guys. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I've been sitting here for a hot minute. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I hope that y'all enjoyed it, and I will see you guys very soon in my next one.